introduction. Very good evening to one and all. Here we are doing our 101st session of SNTTC. Today is 101, such a
Wow.
good number.
Yes,
And
sir.
see who is the resource person today. It's none
Mm.
other than our beloved and highly positive and highly charming, highly smiling, sweetly smiling Prashanti ma. So forgive me for my bad adjectives. So today Prashanti ma'am is here as to give more insights to all of us about how to enhance the energy levels in facilitators.
That's
And I feel that we are very much blessed that we are the cream of people who really want to know how we are going to have more high energy levels. Okay, so let us hand on the mic to Prashanti ma'am, and the screen is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. As sir said, my name is Prashanti. Yes, my name is Prashanti, and I've been working as a teacher. And I had worked, now, as of now, I'm a yoga teacher. And prior to that, I worked as a teacher in school. So that's why I am very connected to teachers or schools. So I would like to talk about why energy is important for facilitators. So why the reason why I felt it's important in my life, I would like to narrate one simple incident. When my eldest son was around 3.5 years old, along with some of my neighbors, we all climbed a hill. So I was carrying my son, and then as we climbed up, it was nice. I climbed up high. But when we were descending, I could feel a shiver in my leg. I was feeling like I'm not able to carry my son and get down. That was something which really hit me hard, that do I not have the strength in me to carry my son and even get down the hill what I climbed? So then I realized, no, I should not leave it at this and start working on my strength or energy levels. And that was one of the reasons why I started working on my um, physical and mental health. So this is what I feel it's very important. So let's start. So can I take the permission to share the screen, or I'll do it, sir? Okay. I have to ask the permission, or I can share it, sir? Ask. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Now you can share.
Yes. Thank you very much. Can you all see the screen?
No,
Hello?
actually, अभी आपको share करना है. You have asked for permission, right? Now share.
Okay. Now I have to
Now
do.
click on share. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now you can see, sir.
Yes, yes.
So this is energy enhancement for facilitators. It's me by Prashanti. So the first thing is I would like to say is I would share the agenda for today. The meaning of energy we will be learning. What are the energy drainers in our life? Then types of energy and energy enhancers we'll be coming to know. So the next session. Now I would like to ask you all one thing is, can I take you all for a small meditation? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So close your eyes, all of you. Yes. Head, neck, and spine in one single line. Yes. And then take a deep breath in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah. And as you're breathing in and out, continue to do so. Today is your sports day, annual function. So you people are going, as a teacher, you're walking down towards the ground. And as you're walking, you've seen the lane set for your race, 100-meter race for the teachers. And as you're walking down, you're walking and going and standing at the starting point. And now what's going on in your mind? The race is about to start. And now the signal 1, 2, 3 is going to be given, and then you're going to start. On your mark, get set, ready, and go. Now you're running, you're running, you're running, you're running. Yes, you're running, you're running, you're running. You're looking at the sides, people are there cheering you up, and you're running, running, and running. And as you're going and going, you reach a point, and then it's end. Now close it. Open your eyes. Gently open your eyes. And now, tell me, when you were there at that point, at the starting point, did you feel that you could win the race? Could you feel that your body saying or your mind saying, no, I can't run? Could you feel that? Can you give me any answer, please? Or in the chat box, yes, no? Did you feel that you could win? Or you felt that there is something stopping you? The energy is less in you? Your legs are not ready for running? Your body is not ready for running? Did you feel so? Can I get an answer from anybody? Jyoti ma'am?
Yes, absolutely.
Felt what? That your energy is less? You're not able
No, that energy is full.
that you could run easily?
Yeah.
Yes.
Having been a sports person, generally speaking, as well,
Yeah.
that kind of, when every time anybody talks about the sports ground, you go back to those childhood days of sports day, right? You can't even sleep all night because of all the energy coursing through your veins.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely felt like I could win.
Yes, yes. But sometimes as you're used to the school day, and suddenly you are given to run, and then sometimes like you may get the fear that can I run or not? Isn't it? But now I would like to ask you one more thing. Now just stand up if you could. Can you all we are only few people, so if you would come live.
I am sorry, ma'am. I won't be able to do that. There's something wrong with my laptop.
Okay, not an issue. But then I would request you all to stand up.
Standing.
Just stand up and do some jumping jacks.
Ma'am, I can't do because I have a broken leg. I've just recovered.
Okay. So not an issue. So now, if there is somebody doing, I could ask them to. Okay. So what happens is when we are, doing some exercise, and the mind knows that we are doing exercise and we are into movement or mobilities every time, then our mind makes us naturally get prepared for running or any races. So this is something because it's already there. Energy work is being done, physical energy, which is usually most of the time, in most cases nowadays, it is being under stress.
Can I stop?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I stop?
What? Yeah, ma'am. Stop. Sorry. You're doing it. I thought you're not doing it. Because
Sincerely, I was doing.
Stop, ma'am. Stop. Actually, what I wanted to do is another session of this meditation on running, because I felt like if others are running, so Subhashini ma'am, Parvati ma'am, JP ma'am, Punita ma'am, if you run, can you let me know? Can I do once again your the meditation of this?
Yeah, actually, there was a problem. I was not there in the session, so I'm not very aware. I'm not aware of what is going on, actually.
Okay. So, sorry, Jyoti ma'am. I think we won't be able to go for the second
No
round.
issues, ma'am.
Yeah, but as you said, yeah, we can run. But what I have noticed is when most of the time, at that particular point of time, just because we are known, we know that it is running a race and it's a school day, and then your mind, it gets prepared the before day, or you know it before. But suddenly, suddenly you got to run. Suddenly you got to do some activity like this. You don't get the energy to run. You don't have, you're not, I mean, you're not prepared for that run. Or you're not prepared for, if you ask suddenly somebody to go, come, let's climb the hill. Then people may say, no, no, we don't want to, because I don't think I can climb. It's very obvious. Or I mean, people don't do it very often, like, taking, okay, I will, they're not very passionate about coming, let's go, jump, run, play. Or as we start growing, that starts reducing, and the child in us is kept inside us only, and then we start becoming more of an adult. So that there we start not experiencing all these type of events in our life much more than that previous life. Okay, so this is what is I was talking about, is energy. And then again, now I would go back to sharing. Can you hear? Can you all see?
No, no, no.
No,
Sorry,
ma'am.
sorry. Sorry, sorry. I have to share again, right?
Yes, now it is.
Okay. So now the next one is, let's see the meaning of energy. The strength and vitality needed, required for sustained physical and mental activity. That is definitely, if we want to do some physical activity or mental activity, it is very important to be very strong mentally and physically. And the next one is the capacity or the power to do work. Another one says, all your power and ability to be mentally and physically active. So this is what the meaning of energy. There are various meanings, but these are some of the meanings which I have taken up. So now I would like to share some challenges that we are facing nowadays. And if you resonate with all these things, some of these at least, then we understand that we have energy issues. That is negative attitude in your workplace, a lot of impatience, or defensiveness. Defensiveness is like, even if some mistakes happen, then you start blaming others and trying to tell, no, I was not informed, I didn't know that, I'm not prepared. And this, we start giving a lot of defensiveness. And then low stress tolerance. Nowadays stress is anyway there. That's where we grow. But we want to avoid. And then why do we want to avoid? Because we feel like, we can't handle it. And then there is irritability, rigidness. We don't want us, after it is known, it is like, it is seen that after certain age, um like, when children, you're ready to explore in different ways. But after certain age, it is seen that most of the people want to follow the same path, like, same way of reading or same way of teaching, or they follow the same path even on the travel of going to work or something like that. They don't want a same routine in the house. They don't want to make changes because they're so rigid and inflexible over there. And if at all we fall in that group, that's because of we don't do a lot of exercise, or I mean, we have our energy issues also there. Then unfocused. It is seen that most of the time, if we are everywhere, then we are nowhere. So we are focusing on many things at a time, then we are nowhere. And if you're focusing on one particular thing, then we know that we are somewhere, and then we're going to be everywhere. Then it's like, then critical of others. We start blaming others, and we don't take that responsibility. We are always moody, or if at all there is something like any problem happens, and then you start feeling sad or angry, it automatically starts happening, and you don't know why you're moody. You don't know why you're moody there. Then poor, you don't be a team player also. You be a poor team player, then high anxiety, there's poor time management, lack of trust, lack of integrity, indecisiveness. There's a sentence wrong, but then, I mean, there's a wrong, the word spelling is wrong. Anyway, the next is poor communication skills, poor learning skills, lack of passion, low confidence, lack of empathy, overly dependent, then poor life balance, negative thinking, pessimistic thinking. There are so many challenges that we are facing nowadays. And this is all because of our um, having low energies. If you see, most the teachers, especially the teachers, are so much, they are having a lot of physical activities as well as mental activities. They have to be always on their toes, running here and there, making the children do and all those works, like moving from one room to another room or whatever it is. A lot of activities. Physical activities are also more, as well as mental activities are more. And they are always, if you see, sitting in a class, I remember sitting when I was a nursery teacher, then I was just sitting and my eyes were everywhere, all over in the class, high alert. So teachers are always, you can say, high alert. What's going to happen? If they are not alert, then something wrong would happen, then they don't want it, or, to avoid all those things. So that all these activities that we are involved in, it takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of consumption of energy. It is not less. And especially teachers are like not one-on-one. It's not one child and one teacher. You have 40 students. There are some 50 students, there are some 60 students. So imagine the energy levels the teacher needs. And every time the teacher is to be shouting, or, her voice would be audible or not audible, and then she has to be on high, always roaming around. So how much of energy that is being consumed each and every single day? So these are some of the challenges that teachers are facing. And if at all you feel that you have some of these in you, that means there is definitely low in energy. So if at all anybody could share that what is there, like, if you could resonate with any of that, what I have shown. Just now I have shared some challenges that teachers are facing. If at all you could share that, yeah, okay, I'm facing this, or, you can also share saying that there are some more other than what I've shown. Can
May I?
anybody? I've shown these challenges, no, ma'am. So
Yes,
are you coming across these?
yes. May I share?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so two things. One, what I really resonate with is that not every day we have the same level of energy. There are days, especially as women, some days of the month we don't
Yeah.
have the energy to give.
Yeah.
On other days, there are also times when we gain energy from all the energy of the children as well.
Yes.
But those days it does become a challenge, having uh, just not having enough time for yourself, because then what happens is that you are kind of contributing to not feeling that way yourself by kind of thinking that I'm in that mood, I'm not feeling well, things like that. And another thing I wanted to say was this, I don't know if this is relevant, but the period after lunch, and if you eat in rice or something, if you have a class, it's all right. The day when you don't have a class, I don't know, this is a private, personal thing. Maybe for me only, it was so difficult to stay awake. If you don't have a class and have nothing to do, it always used to be such a challenge.
It's obvious, ma'am.
That happens.
Everybody, like, once you finish having your lunch or something, you're like down. Your whole, actually, if you see why we are down at that particular point of time is we just finish eating. And at that time, the whole energy, I mean, the thing that is needed for the digestion, everything goes over there to the core. So then that means our body is busy with its work and we want to do something else and we are contradicting it. So then we are like, we feel something like down and we don't have that much of energy. But if you start moving, then our digestion will go to a toss. Of course, we can move, which like we should not do any brain activities like going in intense work and all should not be done. Just simple light moving and all can be done. But if at that time, if we just let the body do what it has to do, that is getting into digestion process, then we get more energy once the food is digested. And
Correct. Ideally, that is true, but we kind of don't get to decide our own timetable.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. That's what, ma'am. Teachers have, it's like we are teachers, but whole the time we are busy, busy, busy only doing all the other works. And on top of it, it is like social conditioning for a woman that, you have to, it is like you are givers. That is one thing. And also multitaskers. Women have this very, somewhere we are programmed or, so conditioned that we are multitaskers, and multitasking is the biggest drainer of energy. It is not possible for us, for our brain to do multitasking at a time. It is not possible. But somewhere we believe that it is multitasking that is very important for us. And then it is like, if at all, what I have found, when I started to do multitasking, like, I was preparing my work, like studying or doing something. At the same time, there would be something on the stove, and then there would be some clothes in the washing machine going on, and all the three, I would be juggling here and there. And then maybe I know that for sure that whatever I was studying at that particular point of time, I have not taken completely into my head. And sometimes I may also end up with the fried or burnt some sabzi or something like that. It is so true. I faced it a lot of times. And when I started to hear people saying that multitasking and women can do multitasking and she can do it, is yes possible and all, I used to feel every time that I'm so I don't use my potential maybe, and I'm so different, I can't do multitasking. I used to feel that so much. But then later on, I came to realize that multitasking is draining out the energy, because you keep juggling from one to one, one to this, one to that. Mind has to get adapted to it. And our mind is getting drained out in this process. So the more we try to handle make priorities of what work to be done and how it is to be done, one after the other or something. Priorities, like there is a book named Eat the Big Frog, Eat the Frog or something. So you come to know that, what has to be prioritized. And once you finish that, and then slowly, slowly we start managing our time, we can even conserve our energy. Because if we are drained out by the end of the day, we see that our cup is empty. And then that time only we reach this house, we reach home, and then our home energy, they need our energy. We need, or, the energy. And then we start showing irritation maybe. And when we feel like, oh God, and then we literally at times, I've done so much of my work, and you're not helping me out, you're not doing it out, you're not taking charge. And then we start showing that anger, or, the issues at home also. So that is something which is, if we manage not go for multitasking, that would definitely help us. Somehow, since it has been shown that, working, we don't take out time for exercise, and we don't get into exercising. So that is the one which gives us energy. But then most of the time when
Also, one thing I want to add,
yes, ma'am.
yeah, when you don't get appreciation, like whatever you're putting so much of effort and nobody's appreciating your efforts, or then you are not having that energy. Even if you have energy, you can't, that I I feel whenever you're not appreciated, the appreciation is very much needed by everybody.
It's a boost
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Yes, ma'am. See, coming from a
Yeah.
point,
So it energizes.
Yeah.
I'm working as a life coach also. So I'll tell you from that perspective now. Before, I also used to have this, that uh, validation. We want validation. We want appreciation. We want it. As a teacher, we want that. But it has been seen, if you see from the psychology point of view, if we are when we are born, it is normally also, we are born as whole and complete. We have everything in us to do and to be also. But what we do in this process is, somehow, as we are growing older and older, parents, they start telling that, you are not doing right, or you're not doing wrong. And where the energy is like, then we are Like, okay, so this is wrong. So then we are waiting for the parent to say, okay, is it right? So we wanted validation there. So when the parent says, yes, it is right, that means somewhere we are trying to say that we are not doing right. But there are so many ways of doing it. Parent is trying to put what the parent knows. So once we start accepting that we are also doing right and praise ourselves, how much are we praising ourselves? How much are we telling that we are doing it right? Are we praising? We are waiting for others to praise us, but are we praising ourselves? Are we telling, yes, are you, any time in like, do you go and say, hi, Suchitra, yes, you have done a great job. We don't
Yes,
validate.
I do it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
I
that
do
when you
sometimes.
remember suddenly, but most of the time we are looking is outside. We are projecting and looking outside. Does anybody like our work? And they come forward and say, yes, then we feel, yeah, you made my day. But you made your day already by yourself. That is external,
Yeah,
that's
that is
over
true.
and
But the
above.
thing is, yeah.
That is
No,
over.
but sometimes, there are some people who are pessimistic. Like they always take everything in negative sense. So, like if you expect from others, then you're not energized. But if you don't expect, then I feel it is
Yeah, because we
like a
expect,
positive
because
energy.
obviously we are in a group or we are in a teaching this one, we start expecting because we are in a group and we are there belonging to that school. So we expect. But the moment we start giving more, if you go and see the people who are highly, influential or, doing good or high this one, if you go and see them, they say you don't care what people, jo log bolenge, kya bolenge, don't get in, don't be interested or don't be carried away by that. They say, if you see, that is so true because how many people can be satisfied?
No,
When
you can't please everybody. That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You
that
can't
is
please
there.
everybody.
And the moment we are whole, complete, and doing our works ourselves, then we start understanding that we can't please so many people. And when suppose if somebody shares their opinion or their way of doing, maybe we can be open to knowing that, and then moving on. Of course, it is not that easy. We should start practicing and doing it and accepting it. Yeah. So to moving on. Once again. Let me share. So these are all the challenges that we came to know. There are some more and above, over and above this. And I would like to tell one more thing also. Poor work-life balance is work and see home, and these are something we get drained out most of the time, thinking that the balance in the life we are not able to balance, but there is nothing called life balance that we got 50-50 or can give 100% here and 100% there. Our energy gets drained out there also, thinking we are not able to do, and start feeling those lower energies, like you start feeling guilty, or I'm not able to handle my things, I'm not good for my work, or whatever that is. But if you see people who are our balance could be life and work balance, work balance, house and work can be like 80-20 also is a balance. If you are able to do with 80 and 20, that is also a balance. If you are able to do 70-30, that is also a balance. That depends on how we strike that balance and then work on it. It's not that we have to give, because we are, if we are in the school and then it demand the work demands so much of attention, then how can we give the same amount of time that we put here over there? It is not possible. And also, if you see, if a mother is sitting behind the child and keep on nagging, the child will say, no, mama, I don't want it. They don't want complete
Correct.
attention also. So somewhere there should be like, okay, I can give some percentage. So when we should, if we are happy with it, then there's nothing called life balancing like 100% and 100% over here. So another thing is, let me go ahead. So let's go on to know what are the different types of energies that we have. Basically, we have 4 types of energies. One is physical energy, another one is emotional energy, one is mental energy, and one is spiritual energy. So and now if you see, what are we made up of? Can you say, ma'am? What are we made up of?
We are made up of atoms, maybe carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. I mean, proteins and other things. They're made up of atoms.
We are made up of this. You must have heard Panch Tattva, Panchabhuta. We
Yeah,
are made
Panchatattva.
up of Panchabhutas. That is the
Hmm.
air, water,
Air, fire,
fire,
earth,
then earth
earth,
and
Earth,
space.
water,
Ma'am?
earth, water, air, uh, Akash, space.
Yes.
space. Yes.
Yeah, these 5 elements we are made up of. If we are made up of 5 elements, that means these 5 elements have to be there in our body. Then we get balanced in our energy. So it is very simple that if we are made up of 5, that means are we drinking enough to have good energy? Are we breathing right to have good energy? Are we eating good to have good energy? Are we I mean, the food is getting digested properly or not? The fire energy in us. Are we doing what we have to do? Fire is nothing but the energy that is needed for digestion also, and our work. Work is also fire. And then space. Space is nothing but spirituality, the connection with our, or you can say our core self. So if these 5 Panchabhutas are balanced, or we look into these Panchabhutas, we start getting into having higher energy in us. Now let's see how can water help us. Now water is one of the 5 Panchabhutas. So water is what? We are more than 72% water, 70% in our body. So
Yes.
if we don't drink, and then we start drained out, because our brain is also made up of air and water. And it has got its own elements. Most of it is, the oxygen is not going there, and even the water is not going there. So we are drained out. So again, if you see the food that is we are eating, there are times where we are feeling that energy is less, because we start, when we are cooking, or teachers as busy with the work and thinking most of the time we are thinking of something, and when we are thinking, we start feeling hungry. I don't know, I used to feel that, and something or the other, go into the kitchen and keep on eating. So that has become like that's not right. We should not keep eating all the time, and that also drains our energy, because it's not going to get digested every time. No, every time there is food in your belly to be digested, means why will the energy go elsewhere? We are already giving some work to it. So that again, that also drains our energy. Then breathing. If we are not breathing right, the air that we have needed in our body, the oxygen that has to go, the blood keeps on taking the oxygen everywhere. So if you eat, then the blood is created. And if you breathe in, that oxygen goes to every part of the body. But are we breathing right? That is one more important. Oxygen is so important for us. We all know that. And if we are not breathing right, then it is not going. And if there is no much of oxygen in our brain, we start getting headache. And there is no much of oxygen here. The water is less. We start getting headaches. And then we start showing irritation. And then we start showing anger. But if we start doing things like that, if you see, the energy from us is flowing to the children. We are the sun in the class. And if we are only having depleted energy, how can the children get energy from us? So that was definitely a big time for me, because I was to always hurry worry. In that hurry, it used to be like not chewing food properly, because always hurry. To drop children, go to school, finish my work, again pick up children, coming back home. It was Like I used to feel my cup was most of the time empty. If the cup is empty, if our cup is empty, how can we give something to somebody? There is emptiness in us also. So if we fill our cup, we can start giving others. So it's very important that we have to be hydrated. And if you have some fruits, nuts and all that in to keep us energetic, that is also very important. And space is also spending time with ourselves. When you start spending time, as I said, the journaling is one of the best ways to spend time with ourselves. Because if we don't want to tell others our feelings, that we are feeling low and don't want to share, if we start journaling, writing what we are thinking, what are feeling, what is our present situation in our life, then we start releasing it. Because nothing, as we know that the change is only permanent and nothing is permanent. So if we go according to the philosophy that this too shall pass, that means we have seen so many incidents happening in our life, they have passed off. So this incident we may not remember, but it has drained our energy at this point of time, and we have shown our anger, or we have shown our irritation, or we have done that and created a unacceptable scene for ourselves. That emotion is registered, that event is also registered in our life. So that is a depletion of energy. And we don't stop at it. We start again thinking of it. That happened in our life. And again we continue. And the mind does not know that it is a false, it's only a thought. And it again drains that energy. Most of the time we keep repeating those thoughts. Usne aisa bola, teacher ne aisa kiya, they did not, I took so much of effort, as Suchitra ma'am said, that, and no one came forward to appreciate also. And that runs in our head like anything. And that's actually an energy drainer.
Correct.
So when we start releasing these type of things and start saying, when you drink water, hold the water in your hand and say, talk to the water. They say an experiment has been conducted in Japan by Masaru Emoto. He is one of the scientists who conducted, and he said that when you start talking, the molecules in water, they can hear to us.
Charge.
Our cells hear to us. They are also same thing. They give energy, because when we put water to plants, they grow. That means they are life, right? Water is life. So that means they can understand what we are saying, or they listen to the vibrations from us to them are pure vibrations, or love vibrations are going. That means they take those and they behave accordingly. So just hold that water in your hand and say, I thank you for nourishing my mind, body, and soul. So the water starts, I love you, so that starts giving energy to us. Appreciation for us, our own work. We appreciate, if we start appreciating, looking into the mirror and appreciating ourselves, then our energy increases. It could be like, I've seen one reel in this one that's saying, wow, his name, I don't know what is his name. He says, wow, tum to what patle ho gaye, wow, tum to अच्छे दिख रहे हो, and he keeps on praising himself. And that's such a nice thing, And if we just stand in front of the mirror and say, wow, मैं तो बहुत अच्छी दिख रही हूँ, wow, मेरा अच्छा चल रहा है, or whatever it is, that also increases our energy. So if at all we start doing things like this, our focus is on us. Once we start becoming that energy being, we start radiating it out. So these are very important for us to understand. It may sound like, not so important, or energy is not that important, because we are focusing more on getting validations from out. Ye to nahi important nahi hai. But when we start focusing on ourselves, then you start seeing that it is because we radiate, right? We give that energy out. We are also light bodies, so that what we radiate out is also what is coming to us. What is going is coming. So if we are not giving value to ourselves, so that energy is also low, then we are not getting it from out. So this is very important for us to understand. So we have this physical energy, emotional energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy. So let's see this next one. Yeah, so the physical energy is the greatest quantity of energy. So it comes from our diet, our sleep, exercise. So now, if you see our body is not straight, we don't have a straight hand, straight legs. We have these joints. And definitely joints are, if you have a joint, when you go and purchase a thing, and if it has some joint there, we feel that, oh, joint is there, means that means we have to move it. We can fold it, isn't it? So we have that comes automatically in our head. That means we are also given joint. That means we have to use it. And if we don't use it, we lose that. We start the mobility of that goes off, and the free flow, the prana is that energy that is there in us, which flows from every part of the body. It goes up and down, it goes full, all the parts of the body, it moves. And that's the force that is driving us to live or to do anything. And if that is only getting blockages by not exercising, then it does not work, right? So our diet also is very important, which goes, if you diet, the food that is good for us. And our body also is different types. It is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha type, which is suiting us, we should see. Which food is good for us, we have to eat accordingly. And our sleep. Most of the time, we sacrifice our number of hours that we are sleeping. If you see, we have done this whole work. Yeah, I'm so tired. And by the time we go on to the bed, say, let me at least now open Instagram. And then we sit on Instagram for 1 hour. We don't know how that 1 hour passes off. And
Correct,
that
correct.
is actually draining our energy because we have spent so much time, learned so many things, did so many things. Now that body and mind is telling, come on, give me some. And then while going into Instagram, the mind is becoming alert. And the body is tired by then. And when we sleep also, the mind is not doing what it has to do. It has taken some more inputs from out and is going to work on that. And then again our energy is drained. And morning when we wake up, we are not that energetic and lively enough to say, come on, let's go on for the day. And we are all had a good sleep. It doesn't work there again. So that energy, sleep are very vital needs of life. And emotional energy is definitely being happy, doing some happy works, and being totally complete. If people are not giving us the praise, and we know that if they are not praising us, take the deliberate step to go and, okay, I like the way you have done this. Maybe when you do that, you will be happy that at least you have not curtailed yourself from that expression. Because they did not appreciate me, I also am not going to express. Then I will not appreciate. Then we are losing the chance of expressing ourselves. We are also beings who, if we grow only by exploring our life, and the more we also, if others do or not do is not important. If we do it, maybe you get it. It's not like, you get it from the same source. You're a person who keeps giving to, genuinely giving, then there will be a bigger source coming to you and giving from there. It's not that give and take is in the same source. And then you can avoid all the negative energies that are there around us who are depleting, calling, or as you said, there are pessimistic people, not to be alone around them, like not to interact much also. If we have to, okay, thoda sa karke bas, then you can go on. And mental energy is definitely important because if you go, focus is very important. If we are not focusing on our things, then we lose. We can't give our best. So to do focus, yoga is one of the most important tool to do focus, to practice focus. You can put Tratak is one of the, Tratak means you take an object, take that object, put in front of, and start focusing on that particular object. And when you focus yourself for a long time on that object, all your senses are looking at it. And then your focus slowly and slowly start increasing. It starts increasing. So that's one very important thing. Just look at the fire or put fire, diya, and then candle or something, and look at a point which is not wavering. That middle part. You look at it and then just focus. You can just, as every single day we do puja, we put a diya. So that 5 minutes sitting there and doing that dhyana over there will give us a focus. just when we start doing, when we focus on something, we know in the initial stages, people will come and, at that particular point of time, mama or somebody will come and tell, I want this, and something disturbance will be there. And that is our, testing time or something, that to tell, no, that is where I have to tell them that, see, I am focusing, please give me time. Slowly, slowly, they get used to it. But what happens if our energy is low? We start showing irritation then. You don't know I'm doing this, and you come and now only you're coming and disturbing me. You start getting those, and then we are showing our irritation. So that particular, when someone does something at that particular point of time, catch yourself, say, no, I will just give an answer. Please wait. Can I come back to you after 5 minutes? Then you did two things. You gave time to yourself. And the second thing is you have told them, like, you have expressed yourself that this is my time. Can I have it? You have opened up. You're exploring. You're expressing yourself more. You be happy over there when you're expressing, telling that this is sometime I want it. Please give it to me. I will talk to you once I finish this. You're actually taking your power back. It's not that every time the mother is, or as a teacher, you're available every time. Once you're taken, you get rejuvenated, and then you go and you're there for doing that work. And then the other one is spiritual energy. Most of the time, if we see, we want to control everything. And when we start controlling everything, we are not leaving it to the God, or we are not leaving it to the process to happen. We start saying, no, it has to happen this way only. And then we are where we can't fix everything. It's like, you put a plant, you put a seed, and then, sorry for the disturbances, you put a seed, and then every time removing and telling, how much the roots have come. It's like so much controlling, like, of course, we don't do so much, but then when we start controlling it every time, then our energy also gets depleted. Some places we have to leave it to the Almighty or to the higher power or to the nature, saying, you have to do it yourself. Even like in school, when we teach children and a topic, once you taught, let them contemplate, give them the time to think about it. Sometimes Arey, abhi to sikhaya na? You don't know. And we again go into saying something. But these children have not yet taken it, not yet processed properly. So that little time is given to them to process it. And then again you can ask, then you can know how much they have grasped and how much has to be done more. And that also helps a child to start being more attentive. Because now when you next time you ask, then the child will say something, the child will get that confidence that, mujhe yaad hai. This is very important when we do revisions. So this is very important that we give them, and also leave it to the spiritual space. That you also, God knew you are also, you have given me this job, you have given me this opportunity. So you also have to be a percentage, help me in getting things done. So this is all I can say. And all what is this is next 1 minute. Yeah. Energy is everything. If our energy is low, our performance will be hitting big time. If our energy is good, we can perform the best, or we can be in good performance. That is for sure. So I would like to say you all one thing is, how can we, like how in a house, every day we have to do the brooming, right? We have to clean the dust that falls. So how can we, simple thing that we can do every single day to release the dust or the whatever has been accumulated on us the day. Just stand up, and if you could stand up, it would be great. Stand up and start with the core, that is your stomach. Just keep hitting your stomach. stand up like this. And if you can see my stomach, this is the one. Keep hitting. This is the place you hit first. Hit around 10 to 15 times. In the initial stage, slowly go on increasing. Hit it. And then with your fingers on top, start doing this. Hitting. You know, when you start doing this, you feel so light. Can you do Suchitra, ma'am, along with me?
Yeah.
Just first you have to hit your stomach. Hit it, just let's count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can do actually more than that. Now sit down, ma'am. You can sit. And then hit on your head. Slowly tap it. When you keep tapping, you start feeling that, you start getting light. Keep tapping on your head, forehead, around your eyes, below, upper lip, chin, the sides, around your ears, below. Yeah, keep on doing and then get it down. Your shoulders and then your hands and down. Take it up and down. When you start doing all over your body in the morning and just jump, you see how light you start feeling. It releases. Now, do you feel any change in you, Suchitra ma'am?
Yeah, a little bit, like feeling a little relaxed.
Yes, that is how it is. It works wonders. And imagine if just once you have done, you can feel the little change at least. You can feel it. And imagine if you do it every day. That's a great energy. It releases. It's like, if a cloth is with dust, you just dust it like this. It gets, most of it goes down.
Yes.
And we are also the same. If you start doing that, then we start feeling the difference in us. I request you to every single day, raise and shake your hands.
So in the morning, how much
Yeah,
time?
every day morning.
Okay.
Whole body you shake, that's it, enough.
Okay.
Shake your hands, shake your legs, just raise and jump. Keep jump just for 5 minutes, not even 5, just if you can do it 2 minutes also. Then you start knowing, when you start getting the result and you feel that energy, you will only do it for more.
Correct.
You'll not do it once. You'll tell, okay, let me do it once again in the evening also. Let me do it again. You start doing that and you increase it. There is one man, I don't know, a guy who he wanted to know why the other person, his co-worker, was able to sell more in the sales. How was he able to do it? Then he thought, let me sit with him and see his performance, how he is performing in the whole day, how is his day going on. So he went and noticed every single time and every single thing. He said, everything I've told you, whatever I'm doing, everything I've shared. But that man said, you're going there out for 5 minutes every single time. Most of the times you're going out. What are you doing then? He said, I go inside, I jump, I dance for 2 minutes, or, I just release myself, I come. And then he's saying, after that, I start cracking. And how that guy was one of the best salesperson in that. And he started to earn more. So he wanted to know what he was doing. This one act of jumping and releasing himself was actually fetching him. Because he now, after jumping, there was no tension in him.
Okay.
He rose his energy levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did. So if you're any hobby that we have, like dancing, singing, playing games, anything, your pet, anything, get indulged in it. That is going to be a big game changer for us. And that's going to show, like, it is having our mind also doing the same thing. It does not, you feel tired, right? Or you feel same thing going on. So something different, and then the mind is fed with some new thing. And then you're again getting energy to do this. But the important is you should enjoy doing.
That is true.
Once you start enjoying, then you start seeing a difference. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you all for being there and for my session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a bit. I mean, we got so much to learn about energy.
I'm feeling a bit peaceful also right now.
Okay, correct. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Good that you're feeling it, ma'am. At least I think
Yeah.
good that I have given something, shared
Yes,
something.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Mm.
Thank you. So anything. So
Can we make this
Ashini ma'am,
for
thank you.
children also?
Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
For our
Yeah, we can.
children, like in the class.
Yes,
We
in the
have
class you can do, ma'am. Class is something. If you start going and teaching off immediately, also it is going to be, they are not ready for it. Prepare them. Prepare that. Maybe when you tell them, let's come on, let's do some breathing or let's do some jumping, and then after that we have to be quiet. Once you because once they are jumping, then they'll continue jumping. So they are having a lot of energy, jumping energy. So we have to calm them. So, you can start off with something like breathing. Let's count one.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry for the disturbance.
Yeah.
My name is Subhashini.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
a Telugu teacher.
Yes.
Actually, I have problem. Means I don't have fluent English. That poor communication skills is there. But sometimes, ma'am, I don't know. Suddenly, my mood is offing in our school. Why I don't know nowadays. I'm getting that problem, and because of I'm thinking now, poor communication skills, I want to um, make myself excellent, but I have communication skills now, that's why low confidence levels sometimes, mood changes I'm getting, ma'am. Actually, I am very energetic person. Morning to till evening, I will do my work efficiently. I have 20 years experience in my Telugu subject. Um, I want to improve my skills, ma'am. But English is very important in our life nowadays. But how to improve myself,
Ma'am,
English
your
knowledge?
20 years of
That's
experience you have in your teaching, no, ma'am. In this 20
yes,
years,
ma'am.
how much of English has helped you? How
Ma'am,
much of
actually, my subject Telugu, na, that's why I'm not keeping effort in English, ma'am.
yeah,
But
so but
now,
I want to ask you
that's
is
why I
how much of English has troubled you? How much English subject has troubled you?
no, ma'am. Actually, I'm not taking any English classes, any other subjects, but I'm taking Telugu subject only. But I want to communicate others. Means like you, ma'am. You are there, but I want to express my feelings. Totally, I want to express my feelings.
You know
But
it now, no,
how?
ma'am. You know it that you're not having that English skills. So you just have to learn English only, ma'am, and slowly, give your time, give yourself time, and every single day, as I told you, do that jumping, do that exercise, and then sit and learn your English. You'll be in high energy, you'll learn maybe little also, try to grasp it, and then go ahead. Give your time, be very compassionate with yourself that, yes, I don't know, but I'm learning and I know. And keep like how in schools we have this time of exam and all that. Try to do that way and then start doing it. You will
Okay,
definitely
ma'am.
get it. And you should not compare yourself that I don't know English, but if you try, you will also be very happy and your energies will be high. Trying is very important.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
it.
Sure.
You do that because 20 years of Telugu does not meet. Can I talk to you in Telugu, ma'am, little?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
సో మీకు తెలుగు వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు యూ షుడ్ నాట్ అంత వరి అవ్వకూడదండి. ఇంకొకరి గురించి ఇంకో లాంగ్వేజ్ గురించి వరి అవ్వకూడదు. ఎప్పుడైతే వరి అవ్వారో దెన్ మీ మెయిన్ అంటే మీ అది సైడ్ అయిపోయాయి. మీ మెయిన్ కోర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ సైడ్ అయిపోతుంది. అండ్ దెన్ యూ స్టార్ట్ ఫీలింగ్ సాడ్. దట్స్ వై యూర్ ఫీలింగ్ మూడీ. యువర్ మూడ్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ ఆఫ్ బికాస్ యూఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ థింకింగ్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ నోయింగ్ ఇంగ్లీష్.
Yes, ma'am.
బట్
Yes. Nowadays, yes,
ఇంకో
ma'am. In my subject, I have so much confident. నేను
దట్స్
చాలా కాన్ఫిడెంట్ గా ఉంటా మ్యామ్. ఏ విషయంలోనైనా ఎనీ వర్క్, స్కూల్ వర్క్స్, ఎనీ అదర్ యాక్టివిటీస్ కూడా ఏదైనా మేనేజ్మెంట్ కానీ లేదా ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఇచ్చిన ఐఎమ్ వెరీ యాక్టివ్ మ్యామ్. బట్ కాకపోతే ఇంగ్లీష్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఐ వాంట్ టు project myself in English. That time I don't have to I don't have that much knowledge. That's why I'm getting fear. I'm getting low confidence levels, ma'am.
But I don't feel so, ma'am. You have talked so well in English now. You have to keep just practicing. You have seen how well you have talked in English. I don't think you have got even a grammar mistake. No grammatical
Yes,
mistake.
really, ma'am.
So just
Thank you,
practice
ma'am.
it, ma'am, Subhashini, ma'am. You just practice on the mirror. Put yourself in front of the mirror. You think that your principal is standing or your colleagues are standing. Just talk. Put some dialogues every single day and go and speak to them the same dialogues. And then you
Okay,
see the
ma'am.
difference. You'll start growing. Just
Yes,
join
ma'am.
that, ma'am. Don't they, if you are getting your mood is going off because of this, then I think the children are missing out something good from you.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
you
My
should,
principals are also now SNTTC founder of Mr. Ravikant, sir.
he must have told the same thing. More also.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Sorry, Suchitra, ma'am. You asked something, no, about the children. So if the children are, first thing is that if you do them that breathing exercise, breathing nowadays, because children, we are sitting and doing, no, ma'am. The children that breathe, which as a child, when they were sleeping and they used to breathe, they used to do deep breathing. But what happens now when the children are sitting, they are getting into shallow breathing. So the anxiety is growing in the children. So you can make them sit erect and make them practice to do deep breathing first. Tell them that this is how you have to breathe. When you breathe, the stomach has to come out. And when you breathe out, the stomach has to go in. Once you start doing that, that means they're having a lot of oxygen in their body. Then they will start listening. The focus also will go increase. And you can make this habit of, that putting a point and telling them to look. Or on the board also, you can just tell that, look from this side to that side, or only focus on one point. Something like make some activities which are going to help them to focus. Put a single point there and tell who's looking at that, for how long you can look at it. It will increase. And put a tratak, that is the candle, and then you make it as a game. Just look at that and tell me how it looks, just for 5 minutes. You see, it has been done. People have experimented this, and children have, come to increase their concentration. Their focus levels have been increased on this. And I have done my yoga teacher training course from that institute, which has curated the yoga that is needed for CBSE schools. So in that it is mentioned that, if this tratak is there, that, that you do one focus at one particular point, it increases their focus and they perform good. They are also sitting, their energy is like, they are not always moving type. The problem for the between teachers and students is they are having too much of energy and we are drained out with that energy. So that we have to try to maintain, get them calmer, and we have to increase our energy levels.
Actually,
And
the problem is
yeah,
the
ma'am.
problem is they are in adolescent age. That is, I teach 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Mm-hmm.
So they think that this is all rubbish. Whatever is she saying is all rubbish. This is let's first learn everything. That is what they have in their mind. कि बस कुछ ना कुछ lecture देना ही है. So how to bring them? That is I mean, how to motivate them, convince them that this is important for them.
You see, ma'am, there are people like if you go into the lives of people, see, because nowadays children are so much into wanting to earn more money, become famous, right? So if you take the lives of famous people, and you can play the videos or something of them saying that how important is mental health, how important is focus, what do they do for their focus, what do they do for their mental health. If you take that and then show that video clippings of them and say these famous people are doing these, that is why they are getting into higher, they are becoming famous. The stories of these people are, they will definitely be inspired by.
Okay, we'll try this next.
They will, because now everybody wants to become like Jeff Bezos. Everyone wants to become like Elon Musk. Everyone wants to do a startup. So how do they do, if we can guide them through this, that this is how they do it. And then you can always say them like, why not try? If you feel it is not, let's give a try. It's not that it hota hi hai. If you start telling, maybe they may not. And then they will do rebelling. They rebel. But if you say, no, let's try it out, then you see they will be a part of it. Let's do a small experiment, and then you can tell, ma'am, that we are going to tell to the school that we have done this experiment and these are the results, before and after, like that. And you can go and tell them, can you be a part of my experiment?
Yes.
And then you can take it as a research for your school. They will be a part of it. And you can tell that I'm going to submit these papers to school or to some schools or something like that. They will definitely come. And they will
We'll
give
try
you,
this one.
they will give you
Sure,
the
sure.
feedback also. And
Thank
one
you
more
so much.
thing, ma'am, at the end of the
Yeah.
subject, when we finish teaching, tell them to close their eyes and then ask them, what did you learn today? Or you repeat something, whatever you have taught. When we open our eyes, we are taking information from out. But when we close eyes, we are internal then. So that time, when you revise, when you ask them to close eyes and tell, today we learned this, we learned this, we learned this, we learned this, then they will focus in what they have learned.
Okay.
Try it out, ma'am.
Yes, sure. I will. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Parvati ma'am, Shweta ma'am.
Thank you, Prashanti ma'am. It was a wonderful session. We have learned a lot. I'm just, trying to hold everything so that I can, I can do it every day. I'm going to do it from tomorrow, however. That was my question. Can we do any time of our day? But then you answered immediately that you can do whenever you like. You gave an example that after every 5 minutes, you can just go jump, tap yourself and all.
You can do it, ma'am. Every class, after every class, you do it.
Yeah, we can do this as a brain break. Like normally I use as a brain break for students. Whenever they feel tired and all, I give them a kind of a dance, kind of a little bit of a song and ask them to dance and all so that they get, again, especially after lunch, they get so tired, they don't want to do anything. They want to just sleep or enjoy they say, ma'am, we had lunch just now, we don't want, but our portions are lagging behind. We should do that first, right?
Yes.
So, but then I think this will help. Yeah.
I believe this is a never-ending discussion about the practices that we are supposed to do because we are already 20 minutes late.
Oh, sorry.
So, and I'm very much happy that the topic has been so interesting that we have had an extended discussion upon it, and I really appreciate Sai Prashanti ma'am for that.
Thank you, sir.
And I am also very happy that we have that core and cream sort of people like Suchitra ma'am, Parati ma'am, Subhashini ma'am, Punita ma'am, who all have been, constantly coming up with the problems and who are seeking solutions to that. I really appreciate it. So now, as you all know, it's
I want
time
to
that
add one thing, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am has explained everything in a very calm and composed manner. I liked it very much.
exactly.
Good job.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I think this is why, that doing yoga is very important. Breathing is very important. You are calm and composed.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, yeah. So lots of appreciations, Prashanti ma'am.
Thank you,
And
sir.
that's all for today, everyone. Let us wind up the session and we'll meet in tomorrow's session.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Tomorrow's session is
Yes, sir.
Suchitra ma'am. Yeah.
Yes.
sir. Yes,
Waiting
sir.
for it. Okay, ma'am. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.